Hey everybody, it's Crazy Bean Carol. How you doing? Today I'm going to be unboxing and taking a look at the DianSheng Solar 2x2M. Now I actually was really surprised when I first heard about this cube coming out, because it's by DianSheng, and DianSheng hasn't been popular or even relevant since like 2001. We've got a little accessories box like normal, just with a screwdriver and what is this? Oh, and a nothing. Use the cube. It comes with a nice little stand. It's actually really sharp. Alright, so right off the bat, the first thing I'm noticing is it feels a little bit like rickety, like loose. Like the caps of the pieces are not very compact, which kind of makes sense given the design of the puzzle, which I will get to in a second. This puzzle is also pretty interesting in that it has a glossy finish. A lot of cubes now have a sort of matte finish. Some people like it, some people don't. To me, the glossier finish is a little bit easier to grip. Let's do some first turns. So I'm not sure if you can tell by just the sound of the 2x2, but it feels a little bit hollow, and it feels a little bit loose. I have a feeling I'm gonna need to adjust this a little bit. I think it's a little bit too fast right now, just straight out of the box. So because the cube has the M at the end of its name, that means it's magnetic. Right out of the box, the magnets aren't too prominent. When you're turning slow, you can obviously feel the sort of bumpiness. But when you're turning fast, I can't really feel the magnets, and if you can see when I'm turning it, it actually doesn't always sort of align, which I think is a combination of the magnets not being strong enough and the cube being too loose. One thing I do know about the internals, before I actually open it up, you can see that there's a sort of bumpiness to the pieces, and getting back to what I said before, that's to sort of help the pieces from like being super close to each other. I think this is a pretty good 2x2, but it doesn't exactly fit my turning style, I feel like. I still use the Zing Hen, which granted I did set it up and such, but it definitely has a sort of buttery feeling to it. This cube is a little bit more clacky. I've been really interested in opening up this 2x2. Okay, so you can sort of see from this angle that there's that bumpiness I was telling you about. It's interesting they chose to go with this sort of circular design. Also interesting, you can see the core looks like a rat took a bite out of it. That's just the plastic not being perfectly cut. So I'm going to spend some time playing around with this 2x2 and probably set it up. And I'm going to come back and talk more in depth about the actual quality of this cube. So this DianSheng Solar 2x2 is $10 from TheCubicle.com. This is considered a budget 2x2. It is 50 millimeters in size, and it comes in just stickerless bright. So like I mentioned, out of the box, I thought this 2x2 was way too loose. So the first thing I did was tighten it. And literally, after like 2 wrist turns on every side, this cube got instantly better. The cube just became so much more controllable and comfortable for me, but it was still feeling a little bit too crisp for my liking. I decided to use some good old silk to make the 2x2 a little bit more plush, as it says here. So I just applied a little bit to the pieces, and it did definitely get a little bit of that softer, buttery feeling I was looking for, but honestly, it still wasn't quite there. So I decided to do a little bit of an experiment, and I whipped out some of this really old lubical gummy that I still have. Once all the lube was spread around the pieces, I like this 2x2 so much more. It definitely isn't as buttery and quiet as something like an Angstrom 2x2, but it is really nice to use. It has this slightly bubbly feeling to it, and it is like 10 times better than when it was out of the box, in my opinion. I do have to say I wish the magnets were stronger. To be honest, I barely feel them when I'm turning, and I like it when cubes have pretty strong magnets. Like, I want to feel the click. I would not consider this to be a new main, but definitely a backup main. I'm going to continue to use my Zing Hen. This cube is not bad at all for being $10. And I was really pleasantly surprised by it, considering it's made by DianSheng. The Solar is actually going to be a line of puzzles. I believe DianSheng recently made a Solar 3x3, and I'm very excited to get that, so I definitely will get it when it comes out. If you are interested in purchasing this puzzle, I will leave links to it in the description box down below. If you already have the Solar 2x2 and have a different or similar opinion to me, let me know in the comment section. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time on Crazy Bean Carol. Bye!